When I was around 18 or 19, I was in Job Corps in New Haven, Connecticut. There was this friend I used to hang out with. Let's call him Brandon. We were always looking for something to do, so we'd often explore the outskirts of New Haven. There was this one day, though, that still gives me chills whenever I think about it. It was a Friday, and like most weekends, Brandon and I decided to venture out into the unknown. We'd spent a lot of time in the woods around New Haven, but this time we ended up on this long, desolate road in the middle of the forest. To this day, I can't remember how we got there. It felt like the road had just appeared, drawing us in deeper and deeper into the woods. As we walked, joking around, I suddenly noticed something through the trees, a tall, ancient structure, like something out of a medieval castle. It was a crumbling stone tower, partially hidden by the overgrowth, like it had been forgotten for centuries. Of course, curiosity got the best of me, and I told Brandon we had to check it out. The closer we got, the more the air seemed to change. The laughter died down, replaced by an uneasy silence. The tower was falling apart, with broken glass, needles, and other signs that people had been there for all the wrong reasons. But despite the filth and decay, I felt compelled to climb up, to see what view awaited at the top. I started up the ladder, but halfway up, something strange happened. My heart began pounding like it was trying to break free from my chest, and a cold wave of fear washed over me. Brandon, who was still on the ground, suddenly called up, "Hey, maybe you should come down. I don't feel right about this." His voice was tense, not like him at all. I hesitated, still wanting to reach the top. But then, clear as day, I heard something. It wasn't Brandon. It wasn't the wind. It was my name, whispered in a voice that sent ice down my spine. Without thinking, I slid down that ladder so fast I almost lost my footing. We bolted from there, not even retracing our steps. We just wanted to get as far away from that place as possible. But as we kept walking, the feeling that we were being watched grew stronger. It felt like the shadows themselves were following us, pressing in closer with every step. I didn't know until later that Brandon had brought a weapon with him. Maybe he felt it too, like something was wrong. Something was out there. But he didn't mention it until we were safely away from the tower. We kept walking, trying to shake the feeling, until we stumbled across some other kids from Job Corps. One of them, a girl we knew, had gotten hurt. We called 911, and she got the help she needed. But that night, I couldn't stop thinking about the tower. The next day, when I checked the news, I felt my blood turn to ice. That very tower, someone had found a body there. A body that had been up there, right where I had almost climbed. I texted Brandon immediately, and he was just as freaked out as I was. The person who found the body had been doing the same thing I wanted to do, climbing up to see the view. But instead of a view, they found something that should have stayed buried in the shadows. To this day, I never looked up how that person died. I didn't want to know. Brandon and I still talk about that day sometimes, but there's always this tension, this unspoken fear. Like whatever was watching us back then is still out there.